it is time to make the sound to summon the stream. I meant to have that wheel hidden. Good morning, greetings, dear viewers. I'm Quill Quickcard, and welcome back to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, part of my Pokemon Generation 1 through 4 Remake Nuzlocke Out Marathon series. I hope everybody is doing good today. If you are new to this, or if you stumble across it later, this is part of an ongoing series of Nuzlockes that I am doing. I started with Fire Red, I moved on to Soul Silver, Alpha Sapphire, and now ending it with Brilliant Diamond. Any Pokemon family that I catch, any Pokemon line that I catch in any of the games is locked out for the rest of the entire marathon, and as a result, a huge number of Pokemon are locked out for this Brilliant Diamond. A full list of all the locked out Pokemon can be seen in the description of this video. And I have a maximum party size of 4, no held items. Those are all the big restrictions that I've got right now. Right now, we've got our lovely Wukong the Monferno, God the Bibarel, Tenna the Staravia, and Jevil the Jirachi. Because you can just get a Jirachi and a Mew in this game, and it's kind of awesome. What's going to be the Saturday stream series after this? I have not actually decided yet. I do know that eventually I am going to be playing through Gen 7 for the first time. First I'll do the base and then I'll do the Ultra. I don't want to go straight from the Nuzlocke Out series into that. It's going to be something non-Pokemon, but I don't actually know exactly what yet. So, anyway, last time we got our first 2 badges. Yes. And we ended the episode by gaining access to the Grand Underground. So today we are actually going to start by heading into the Grand Underground. Now, I thought long and hard about how we're actually going to integrate the Grand Underground into a Nuzlocke. And in the end, what I decided is that if you look at the map, there are 6 distinct areas of Grand Underground which are completely isolated from each other. Right now I'm in basically an east-west area. There's an area to the northwest, the southwest, the southeast, and then one in the center. There's also one to the northeast, but that's the post-game areas. We're not going to have access to that. But what this basically means is that we have 5 distinct areas filled with rooms. So, at the start of each of the next few streams, we are going to spin a wheel. And this specific wheel is for all of the different types of chambers that can be found in this section of the Grand Underground. We will spin the wheel to see which one of those chambers we will use, and then we will load up all the different Pokemon that can spawn in that chamber at this point in the game onto another wheel. And then we will spin that wheel, and that is what we can catch. And if it lands on something that's locked out, well, we're fucked. We don't get anything for that part of the Grand Underground. So anyway, let's see what section of the Grand Underground we are going to be doing today. Okay, we are going to go to a rocky cave. Sounds like a plan. Now, where the hell is the rocky cave for this area? Rocky Cave. Okay. Alright, I see what it is. So we're going to put all the possible Pokemon for this onto a map, onto the wheel. So just give me a quick minute here. There is a Geodude and there is an Onix, which we are locked out of. There is a Skorupi. There is a Rhydon. What else can we access at this point? Gligar, and that is it. Like, there is not a lot of options here, and several of them are already locked out, unfortunately. However, I believe this does give us a good chance of getting a new encounter. Alright, everybody ready? It's time. Hello, Rainbow Gaming. Pleasure to see you here. Okay. We're going to spin the wheel and see what we can get in the Rocky Cavern. Okay, Skorupi. Alright, that's actually going to be a new catch. Perfect. Alright, now I just have to figure out where the hell the Rocky Cave is, because I don't know. Coles, you're going to be first on the naming list today. So you get to pick a name for a Skorupi, and I'm going to make damn sure that I can capture this thing. Let's see. Honestly, Tenna with Tackle is probably in the best position. Oh, God. Sorry. Yeah, the visualizer. Sorry about that. I forgot that if I move my mouse cursor over to my other monitor, it will bring up the visualizer. Thank you for pointing that out quickly so I can avoid doing that. So this is technically our first encounter here in the Grand Underground today. It does not count. We have a specific system in place for determining how we get to choose a Pokemon in the Grand Underground. And that is how we are going to do it. So, doesn't matter that we ran into that. That thing was level 27. Good God. You know what? Honestly, Wukong might be better to take the bleed. A level 27 Skorupi could actually be a danger. At some point in between streams, I will also find a fossil underground. Or I suppose if we're really bored, I could just look for one underground during stream. Because we can get a fossil in Orberg, and that would be the Orberg encounter. The game sound is really behind. Hold on. Is that better? The audio mixer looks like it's occurring one-to-one now. At least on my end, it looks like it's going one-to-one. Hello, Houndoom. Let me know if that corrected the problem. It didn't. So I just opened the menu. How long does it take you to hear the open the menu sound? How bad is the delay that we are dealing with? Like 5 seconds? Okay, what the hell? Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, I don't particularly know how to fix that. Damn it. And it wasn't like this last week, was it? Is this a new issue? And is my microphone equally delayed? Let's test that. Open menu. Close menu. Open menu. Close menu. Let's get the Skorupi while we're here. There actually was a Skorupi on screen, and I was just distracted. I might relaunch the stream just to see if that fixes it. Alright, here's a Skorupi. Alright, here is our catch for the Grand Underground Central Region. It is level 25. We're going to go with a Mach Punch. Holy hell, that did nothing. Cole, do you have a name for this? Fun fact, if meat is fresh enough, it can still move even after death. Scorpcorp, got it. I'm assuming that the audio is still delayed. Is that correct? In battle, seemingly no. Okay, that is weird as hell. Yeah, knockoff is huge. God damn. Okay, so at this point, I think I could die. I don't see the audio delay. Okay. God damn, this guy is a tank. Of course, I'm also hitting it with very ineffective attacks. Okay. We are around 30-ish%. We should have a good chance of capturing. We'll let Jevil take point while I throw balls at it. Aubrey, you will be next in the naming queue. And I'm going to make an addition to my list here. Grand Underground. Holy hell! Tina, you want to head in there? Okay. Alright, this thing scares the hell out of me. We're going net balls. And I'm just adding the Grand Underground locations, the 5 different sections, to my tracking list. Holy hell. Oh my god. I'm kind of terrified of this thing. Anyway, this is going to be middle. And it is going to be Skorupi. Because one way or another, I am capturing this thing. Oh, I also just want to... I didn't forget, I just didn't expect it to hit that hard. I will also need to take a couple quick breaks during this stream. The first one in about 10 minutes. Because I do need to put my laundry in the dryer and then get it out of the dryer an hour after that. Okay, I think we're fine. I need to adjust... this window. Okay, I guess I will not adjust that window. That's fine. I've still got one more netball. Skorupi is really making me work for it. I need more damage on it. Come on. God, can you imagine if that knockoff had crit and I had just instantly lost a mythical Jirachi? Oh, that would have been sad. I want this damn scorpion! Yeah, this guy definitely has a beef with us. I don't know what his problem is. Also, I had completely forgotten how tough this damn thing could be to catch. Let's go for one more. I mean, it has a capture rate of 120. That's not that crazy. Wait, no, that is the wrong dex. We need the... No, that's right, that's right. Okay. Maybe it just wants to go inside a Premier Ball. Oh my god. I don't have any way to inflict any kind of status condition on it. Well, luckily, I've got 40 fucking Pokeballs. I can do this for a while. Visualizer! Maybe what we need to make this work is the visualizer. Go, audio visualizer. I believe in you. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, okay. I think I have to click over here to get the visualizer. Interesting. Okay, good. We summoned the visualizer. Now that we have the blessing of the visualizer, I think this will work better. I did not expect this to be this intense this quickly. Holy freaking hell! I swear to God, if this thing manages to struggle itself to death before I can capture it, that's going to be insane. My God, what a beast! I've got all the time in the world, and I've got a bag full of balls. You will either get in the bag, or you will kill yourself. Oh my God. Well, I'm glad that you could all be here today for the Let's Try to Capture Skorupi stream. One of the most difficult challenges in all of Pokemon. A lot of people fail at this challenge, but I'm still hopeful that it might work out. Oh my God. Get in the ball! We still have 32 Pokeballs left. This is actually insane. Come on. Wow. So, I hope no one has plans today, because we're going to be here a while. Grab him by the stinger and Bowser them! God damn you! Ugh. Whew. Alright, this is the world's strongest Skorupi. I think this is our cue to buy Great Balls. I think you're right. Ha ha! We got it! The first part of the Grand Underground has succeeded. Hold on, while we're in the Grand Underground, I want to show you my drip. I'm not going to do that. We're just going to keep going. That already ate up. It's already been close to a half hour of stream. Yeah, I'm sorry. Another time, I would be happy to open up the Grand Underground and have a time where we can all, like, dig together and whatnot. I think that would be fun. Since this is on, you know, actual physical Switch hardware, multiplayer is, like, an actual possibility, and I would be happy to integrate that as we get closer to the end of the stream. Or the end, closer to the end of the game. So, if you can be patient till then, I would appreciate that. So, obviously this guy has definitely earned a place on the team, because holy shit. What a champion. Alright. Let's take out... Let's take out God for now. We don't actually need... we don't actually need a, an HM slave. Alright, here is Skorupi. There he is, our new strongest soldier. Let's check this guy out, because he is a monster. Already level 25. Reduced special attack, which is fine. Good special defense. We do have the battle armor. He can't be crit. Okay, having a Pokemon in a Nuzlocke that cannot be crit allows for such better calculation of the exact risk factors you are up against. That is so good. Oh, that is so damn good. Whew. Okay, so I believe we did already check Route 211. Yes, we did. Perfect. And Mount Coronet. Okay. We are not going to get Mount Coronet right now. Mount Coronet is its own big thing. I need to check Mount Coronet's different catch areas and very carefully decide how we want to proceed with that. And unless told otherwise, my Pokemon's named Chris. Right, and I need to update the name list. Name list. Okay. And it's time to go put my laundry in the dryer. So if everybody watching could just bear with me, I'll be back in like 4 minutes max. While you're here, if you could just cheer on Dawn as much as you can, cheer on Wukong. They're feeling a little nervous, a little, you know, unbalanced after that surprisingly difficult Skorupi encounter, and they could really use the encouragement. I would really appreciate that. Alright, be right back. Okay, the 4-minute timer is starting again because I forgot to grab my phone so I can use its app to pay for the thing. Okay, I'm back. Thank you for your patience. I will have to get up again in 1 hour and 5 minutes. Okay. Alright, back into it. What are the Mount Coronet options? Mount Coronet. Machop, Cleffa, Geodude, Zubat, Meditite, Chingling. That's on the Route 207 entrance. The Route 211 entrance, same. Route 216 entrance can have Meditite, Golbat, Graveler, Clefairy, Machoke, Chingling. The second floor, Graveler, Bronzong, Clefairy, Golbat, Machoke, Meditite, Chingling. Third floor, Graveler, Bronzong, yeah, basically the same. Fourth floor, basically the same. Fifth floor, basically the same. The snow area. We will probably end up saving Mount Coronet for climbing the mountain snow areas. And probably for a day encounter. It looks like that is the most reasonable. Oh, I clicked on the thing and activated the visualizer again. Whoops. It's such a habit for me. Guess what I'm gonna boot up? Leaf Green. Hello, Hoot Hoot. Wukong, activate the flame wheel. Nice. Quill, can't you move the visualizer? No. I genuinely don't even know what source. I mean, it has to be related to the Elgato source. Wait, or does it? Hold on. If I turn off the Elgato source... Okay. So... the only possible thing this could be is the Elgato source. That is not the Elgato source. What if I do this? Okay, right there, you saw the visualizer pop up, and you probably saw the bar move without me actually making any noise. That's because that visualizer is tied to my microphone, and I actually turned off my microphone, and the visualizer was still popping up. Binding of Isaac, what a shock. I am curious why the hell the visualizer would be popping up at all. Let me actually look into this. OBS visualizer appears on screen. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, I genuinely have no idea. I truly have no idea why it is doing that. That's fine. Let's go ahead, heal up, visit the Pokemon Mart. Honestly, my whole kind of like deal for this stream, my whole focus was thrown off by that Skorupi. So that's the thing, like, I don't have a single source set up on OBS that should be displaying the audio visualizer like that. I have no idea why it's doing it. It's not any of my sources that I am able to manipulate. I have no idea how to stop it. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Hold on, is... No, okay, it's working. Alright. We still can't get Great Balls. But we will buy 10 Super Potions. And... just in case of the unthinkable, we're going to make sure we stock up on a few healing items. Perfect. We do have an escape rope. We do have several repels. Alright, I think we are ready to head down the cycling road. The goal for today, the big picture goal, is 2 badges. Why? God damn frickin' visualizer. I moved my thing onto the second monitor again. Alright. Do. Let's check the lists for Route 206. Perfect. Okay, so Route 206 morning can be Ponyta, Stunky, Geodude, Kricketune, Bronzor, Kricketot. Day has a higher chance of Ponyta and loses the chance of Kricketot. And the night encounter increases the chance of Geodude, so we definitely don't want a night encounter. So yeah, I think we want morning. No. We don't want morning, we want day. We want Route 206 day. Did I ever get a Ponyta anywhere in my previous runs? Ponyta. I don't see one. I mean, I've already got a pretty good fire type. Honestly, it's basically just worth grabbing. It's 25% Stunky, 10% Kricketune, 10% Bronzor, 10% Kricketot. Yeah, we'll just let the luck fall where it does, you know. Feel like heal balls would be useful in a Nuzlocke. They can be, yes. Hello. I'm actually feeling okay today. I woke up pretty groggy. You know, I had NyQuil before bed last night, so woke up a bit groggy, but I'm doing okay. My head is definitely still more scatterbrained than I usually prefer it to be. That's been a problem like this whole week. There's just a lot of crap going on in my head, and it's really damaging my ability to actively focus on stuff. Cool. And theoretically possible to lock out quite literally every single Pokemon not post-game. I don't think that's necessarily true. It might be, though. Hey, Starly, what's up? Wukong! Actually, you might be right, Aubrey. We probably could, if we had absolutely crazy luck, walk out almost everything we still have access to. Now that I started running the numbers in my head. Nice. The Gen 1 through 4 remake Nuzlocke out marathon idea is something I was mulling around my head, like, God, literally for the last 2.5 years. I'm so glad I finally get to do it. Hey, Starly, it's me, the devil from the Bible. You know, weirdly, I think that that the Shadow the Hedgehog fan dub genuinely gave Shadow, like, better closure than the series ever has. Like, having Shadow actually say, you know, maybe Maria, God, I forget his exact words, but essentially the effect of maybe Maria wasn't, you know, as great as it seemed. That right there gives Shadow so much more closure than the series has ever given him. Like, just being like, yeah, maybe Maria's really not all that great. It was so funny. Shadow, remember, furries are second-class citizens. I'm dying because I'm so surprised. What an incredible fan dub that was. I did try to get into their Kingdom Hearts fan dub. It just doesn't click with me. I did try Kingdom Hearts once. This would have been about probably about 7-8 years ago. It was the first time I'd ever played Kingdom Hearts. And I'm gonna be honest, I did not enjoy its gameplay at all. Like, Kingdom Hearts did nothing for me. And after about what I assume is a third of the game, I just stopped playing it and didn't try anymore. Just absolutely did nothing for me. And I'm pretty sure if I ever say those words in the wrong company, I will actually be crucified. Which is slightly concerning. But yeah, at least as far as that first Kingdom Hearts game, did nothing for me. Nothing at all. And that's actually really rare. It is very rare that I pick up a game and I have genuinely no connection to it at all. Okay, so this is 206. We're gonna save the cave up there for possible Gibble encounters. Okay, it is a Ponyta. Just double-checking Ponyta is not anywhere on the lockout lists. I do not see Ponyta. If anyone remembers me ever getting a Ponyta, please say so now. Naming them Spyro, if not on the list. Okay, Spyro. What's my opinion on ZA? I think it's fine. It's competent. I enjoyed it quite a lot. The human characters are fun. I still wish it had not all been in a city. Or if it had to be in a city and it didn't, I do wish that there had been more, like, interior dungeon areas, like the sewers or Lysander's lab. I think being in the city, nearly typed in Ponyta. That would have been stupid. I think that the city had to be very, very, very flat in order to accommodate the new battle system effectively. I think a lot of decisions were made in that game because in order to let the battle system fit into them. But I enjoyed it. I had a great time. I enjoyed the combat system. I enjoyed the story. I think the DLC was okay. There are elements of the DLC that really, truly make me believe that they were not, like, tested. Like, there's one of the hyperspace maps, the small one that's, like, got a bunch of scaffolding. It's like an open park with scaffolding on the sides. The pathing of Pokemon to move around that scaffolding is so bad and so consistently awful that, like, this is something anybody who tested hyperspace areas for more than an hour would have been able to find. So the fact it wasn't is very upsetting. Why do I have route... Let's see. Alright. Ponyta was captured on route 206. As for Binding of Isaac, I think it's more likely that if I tried Binding of Isaac, I would probably love it quite a lot, honestly. I already had Route 206 marked off. That had to have been an error. There was no way to access this route prior to getting the bike, and I obviously had not fought the trainers coming this. So, that's fine. Yeah, I think I would actually like... I think I would like Binding of Isaac quite a lot. And that's actually one of the reasons I've never given it a try. Because I would kind of be driven to just do everything in Binding of Isaac, and it would take up a lot of time. Noob, hello, welcome to the stream, Noob. We're going to put you to the top of the naming list, since you just showed up now, and everybody else has already gotten to name a Pokemon. I'm not going to play Binding of Isaac, and I don't have any plans to get around to that this year. Either casually on my own time or for the channel. It's too much. It's too much, that would probably consume my time, and I've already got my time taken up by so many other things. Have I played Poke Rogue? Yes, I have. I have played Poke Rogue. It's okay. I do not enjoy playing fan products nearly as much as the mainline stuff, because my biggest drive in Pokemon has always been in collecting things over the long term. And that's just not an experience that you're able to get with the fan-made products. Even the ones that are truly exceptional. So that's really just a matter of preference. Not to mention that I have done so much freaking Pokemon content for this channel in the last year. Like, I would say I was burnt out on Pokemon games, like, in December. I am very eager for the upcoming point where I will not be playing Pokemon. You know, Legends EA, it was a lot. The Nuzlocke series, that was a lot. And then I did Pokemon Too Many Types, that was a lot. It's just a lot. What do you think of the new starters? I think they look great. I would probably be choosing Gekwa. I do always love water starters. So, yeah, I think they look great. Pombon obviously has immediately captured everyone's hearts. And that includes mine. It's obviously absolutely adorable. One of the cutest looking Pokemon I've seen in quite a while. Brout is just... I mean, I don't know any... I have not seen a single reaction of anyone who looked, like, super excited about Brout. But, yeah, Gekwa actually looks very interesting to me. I do wonder how you do Gekwa, though, and not kind of rehash design territory that was already hit in Gen 8 with Sobble. So I imagine it's going to have a very different kind of design, especially as it evolves. If the region is like Indonesian inspired, as seems to be the case, then it is also likely that Gekwa will be a Komodo dragon, which could be really cool. I am curious if they would go for a water poison if they wanted to have a where are my other items? If they wanted to go for a water poison, if they wanted to lean into a Komodo dragon, but who knows? Pokemon always does unexpected things. What is my favorite starter? That is tough. I'm actually gonna have to think about that a bit. My all-time favorite starter... Route 208. My all-time favorite starter... I think I'm going to have to give it to Totodile. Just narrowly beating out Squirtle. I love Totodile, and I love Feraligatr. I love their designs. Rowlet. Do you prefer the original or the Hisuian Decidueye? Noob, you're on the line for naming an encounter on Route 208. Let's take a quick look at Route 208's encounter list, see if there's anything we want to adjust for the time. In the morning is Psyduck, Machop, Meditite, Bidoof, Bibarel. During the day, it is pretty much the same. At night, it is pretty much the same. So the odds are not great. Have we ever had a Psyduck? Have we gone this entire game without ever having a Psyduck? Is that even possible? I'm not seeing a Psyduck anywhere on my lockout list. How? How is it possible we've never encountered a Psyduck in the course of this marathon? You prefer the Alolan Decidueye? I do prefer Alolan Decidueye's design. Hello, sir. No, we do not need to refresh the repels. Hello, sir. There's the grass. Some lovely, lovely grass. Hello, Hiker Jonathan. Some people just like to change their profile pictures a lot. Let's bring up the next... Oh, boy. Okay. Next gym leader has level 27 Pokemon, and their ace is a level 30 Lucario. Okay, that's terrifying. That's actually terrifying. Pokeball! Alright, let's get our grass. Come on, encounter! It is a Bidoof. We got the 20% Bidoof. Route 208 is dead. Damn it. That's depressing. Oh, screw you, Psyduck. Now you show up? Screw you, man. Ugh, damn it. We got the odd keystone. Ooh, wait. Hold on. Hold on. We could get Spiritomb. We could get Spiritomb on Route 209. Oh, we could get Spiritomb on Route 209. Do we exploit the Grand Underground for the next half hour in order to get Spiritomb on Route 209? I would need the help of at least one other person. We would have to interact in the Grand Underground 32 times. And basically, each time we interact, we would then have to both leave the Grand Underground and then go back in order to reset it. We would have to do that 32 times, and then we could encounter Spiritomb. That is a real possibility. I mean, Spiritomb is really strong. Well, at this point, I'm just gonna gift you Isaac on stream for my name day money. You don't need to do that. Look, I understand that Binding of Isaac is your current hyperfixation. I understand that it is very meaningful to you. I truly get that, and I truly respect that. But if you gift me Binding of Isaac, it is going to sit in my library probably for a few months before I ever get around to playing it. And it's something I can absolutely get on my own. That is not necessary. I would prefer that you use it on something that is going to provide you more joy and satisfaction. Not to mention, even if you give me money on here, I'm nowhere near the $100 threshold that YouTube has before it actually pays out any donations. So, even if you donated it, I would not be able to access those funds on top of everything else. In all the years of this channel, I have never gotten close to getting the $100 threshold for ever having a payout. And I still don't generate any income from passive advertising, since I'm still running below 1,000 subscribers. So, while I do appreciate donations, they're basically inaccessible to me. That's just the way it is. Gift it to you on Steam. That makes more sense. Again, though, it's not necessary. Aubrey, if you are still here, and if you've got basically, like, maybe as long as a half hour to spend, we could actually start doing Grand Underground stuff. And, make sure that we get a Spiritome on the next route. But only commit to that if it's something that you actually have, like, the time and interest of doing. It will be a little tedious, and I just want to be upfront about that. Okay. So, what are the things I can do in Hearthstone? There's Fantina. Hello. Ain't it me after noob? Yeah, I think so. Here is one of the things I absolutely hate. Okay, look. Pokemon contests, no, they've never been, like, the big, huge thing in this game. But they gutted Pokemon contests for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. They gutted them. They gutted them so thoroughly that it's genuinely insulting that they kept their gutted corpse in the game. It's absurd. Okay, looks like no word from them, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save Route 209's encounter, so that we can save it for Spiritomb. And in between this stream and the next, I will connect with the Cerebi Discord, and I will get in my 32 encounters. We still do not have any access to Great Balls. Just got Sacred Heart. You typed it in all caps, so I'm going to assume that that's a very impressive and cool achievement. So congratulations! Alright, let's move on then. Alright, yep, we've got two fat men blocking the path. I know how that is. I myself, as a fat man, have sometimes been used as a roadblock before. Oh, alright, you want me to hit the contests, fine. That's fine, I can do a contest real quick. The goal of getting 2 badges today is not going along well. We are more than an hour into stream, and we have gotten 0 badges and a Skorupy and a Ponyta. Mm-hmm. Alright, we got a dress. Hopefully it's a little bit longer than my skirt. Cool. We got a Poffin. Poffin! We're going to give this to Wukong. It's one of, if not the best, Angel Room item. Cool. Nice. Alright, let's go. Yes, let's go. We're going to enter the coolness contest at the normal rank. And I'm going to choose Wukong. And we're going to take power-up punch. We don't have any ball capsule. That really is an adorable dress. Uh-huh. Good. So far I'm cooler than most of my competitors. I'm not opposed to a rhythm game, but I do wish the original form of the contests had been maintained. I'm gonna kick ass. Come on. Go, Wukong! Nice. I actually do have Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm on my Switch as well. The newest one. That's actually a fantastically fun game. I should play that on stream sometime. And get hit by every copyright bot in the world. So I think it would have to be unarchived. But what's the point of an unarchived stream when my usual live audience is at best 3 people? Oh, hold on. Actually need to take this call real quick. Okay. So that was my landlord who just needs to come and pick up the rent check. I'm going to meet him down in the lobby of the building and hand that off to him So I am going to need a good, like, 5-minute break here in just a minute. We got the coolness sticker. I am sorry for all the breaks today. It is, it's kind of a busy morning is all. I do apologize for that. But it's all gonna work out. We'll be fine. Okay, we're just gonna leave Dawn right here for now. And yeah, I will be back. It should be less than 5 minutes. So, see you then. Okay, I am back. Sorry for that. And I'll still have to get up in about 20 minutes to put the clothes into the... well, actually, take the clothes out of the driver. Alright, let's go, Oingo Peelin. You think you can stop me, Oingo Peelin? Ha! Your name is so stupid you could not possibly beat me. Good work, Wukong. Okay, Prinplup actually a bit dangerous. High enough level that it could be dangerous. Let's try Jebel. Ah, good tea. Okay, he went for Stealth Rock. How much is Confusion gonna hit for? It's not ideal, but it's okay. Maybe we'll proc the Confusion. Or not. Maybe we won't proc the Confusion. We are in Bubble Beam crit range. Just name them on Karna. I need sleep, man. Okay, I will do. Thanks for stopping by, Noob. I appreciate it. Alright, Prinplup is down. Good job, Jebel. Good job, Scorpcorp. Ponyta, huh? Okay, okay. Anybody here a Game Grumps fan? Did you see good old Aaron Hansen trying to Nuzlocke the Gen 4 remakes? Oh man, what a coward. Fever, yeah, go and get your rest. You need it. And I hope you feel better soon. Oh, you absolute bastard, Ponyta. How dare you? Damn, good crit, Wukong. Get him, Wukong. Good work, Wukong. Nice. Hello, Roselia. Goodbye, Roselia. Victory. Okay. Tried to watch Game Grumps playthrough of Will You Snail. Yeah. Alright, moving on. So, I'm actually going to make a note on my chart here to save Route 209. Save for Spiritomb via Grand Underground. Cool. Assuming that I can find some folks over on the Cerebi Discord to help with some Grand Underground stuff. Okay, we still can't go that way. So we are heading to Solaceon. Alright, make sure we do not touch grass. Berries. There's a Pokeball up there. Repel. Pokemon needs to figure out a better system for its item organization. There are just way too many items in Pokemon at this point, and doing all of the inventory as a single column is insane, given the number of items in Pokemon these days. Alright, Flame Wheel. No, let's actually go Power Up Punch Bonsly and knock off Mime Jr. Good work, Wukong. Good work, Skorupi. That hurt like hell. Was not expecting the crit. Nice. Alright, we beat up some children. Because we are heroes. Yes, another repel, just to be sure. Hello there. Let's go, Jogger Raoul. I am increasingly concerned about the state of my brain over the last year. Will you snail sounds like a threat. Oh, it might be. You absolute son of a bitch, Staravia. How dare you? Damn it, that was only their first Pokemon. Jevil wants to learn Life Dew. I mean, I'll take it over Wish. Well... I'll take it over Swift for now. Yes, put in the odd keystone. Cool. Okay. Hello. Maybe this is the game where we're finally going to be able to get a Ghastly. Our luck with Ghastlies has been so ridiculously bad. Oh, I never got an encounter in the old chateau. Oh god, I completely forgot about the old chateau. Whoops. Hey, Bidoof, what's up? Bye, Bidoof. Hey, Bidoof. Yeah, Rotom is unfortunately out of the realm of possibility, I believe. Whoop. But I can confirm that to be sure. Yeah, Old Chateau is a 100% Ghastly. Yeah, it is post-National Dex. So the only possible thing we could get in the Old Chateau is Ghastly. And honestly, it's kind of worth just backtracking to get a Ghastly. We have had multiple opportunities during this marathon to get a Ghastly, and bad luck or me screwing up has missed every single one. Like Miss Magius more than Gengar? Yeah, I mean, that'll be good too. Here we go. Steel Wing. That's pretty good to have. So this place is like the Hallowed Tower or something, isn't it? Are there encounters here? Does it have its own specific name? The Lost Tower. Lost Tower is 50% Zubat, 50% Ghastly. But at night, 40% Ghastly, 20% Murkrow. Okay. So we're going to make sure that we come into the Lost Tower at night. Alright, we saved our progress. And then, wouldn't you know it, it's the strangest thing. You would not believe it if you hadn't seen it with your own eyes. It's nighttime. Man, what a crazy thing. Boy, night came around so fast today. Alright, so Ghastly or Murkrow. Ghastly or Murkrow. Collectively, we have a 60% chance of running into them. Let's see if the chances are any better on any of the other floors of the thing. No. Okay, they do not get any better on other floors. Although on the higher floors there are chances of Golbats, but those are also locked out. So this might be the Pokemon Karna, if we manage to get a new one. Alright. Nope, no repels. Come on, encounter. Hey, Oliver. How's it going? Oliver's got a stinky skunk. Nice. Hey, Shellis, what's up? Have you met my friend Power Up Punch? Oh, damn. After this fight, I'm going to have to go grab my clothes out of the dryer. Boy, we are really dragging out the possibility of catching the next Pokemon, huh? Good work, Wukong. That is a male Kricketune. It has the larger mustache. Good job, Wukong. You know what? The suspense is too great. I need to get my encounter. I need to know. Okay. It is a Ghastly. I'm going to go get my clothes out of the dryer now. And then when I come back, we are going to finally catch a goddamn Ghastly. I'm going to get this thing. And as Noob requested, I will name it Karna. I clicked off the thing again. Alright, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, barring any kind of, like, emergency, that's the last break I'm going to have to take today. Now, let's actually start really locking in and getting ourselves a Ghastly, finally. Tenna is probably good to handle this. Come on. Uh-huh. Wing attack. Nice. Are you freaking kidding me? I am in stunned silence. Okay. I am getting a goddamn Ghastly. I am getting a goddamn Ghastly. This is happening. Excuse me. I'm amazed. Okay. Wukong, can you please help? God, I am a mess today. I am absolutely a mess today. My God, the stream's coming up on the 2-hour mark. And I have just been a complete mess. Well, I might as well mark off the Lost Tower. I am so disappointed in myself, in my inability to get a Ghastly. There are so many locations in each of these games where Ghastly is like the most easily obtainable thing, and I have consistently failed to get it. Oh, also we can get a gift Pokemon in Hearthome. That's another important thing. There we go. Okay. So this is a Happiny egg. So we'll make a note of that. Pretty sure the Chansey line has never been acquired during our runs. Alright, we are good. Now, let's go and get a goddamn Ghastly. Shut up, Metatite! God damn, no, this is Mount Coronet! I just lost Mount Coronet. I just lost Mount Coronet. I am so upset by that one. Well, as upset as I ever get, which is not all that much. It's not like it's the first time I've ever lost a route. It's fine. Honestly, Gen 4 with an Infernape is basically a foregone conclusion anyway. It's just so disappointing how much I'm screwing this up. I gotta tell you, I am not feeling especially good about how I've been playing. I genuinely do feel rather self-conscious about it. Because so far I've been handling this just kind of like garbage, and the only reason any of it has worked out so far is because I got the right starter. Now, I did get the Eterna Forest. Yes, that's where I found Budew. Okay. No, get off the bike. Thank you. Alright. Guess someone's cranky. I kind of am, honestly. I keep making dumb little mistakes. And a couple dumb little mistakes doesn't bother me much. But I am consistently making, like, several dumb little mistakes every day. And it starts to take a toll, you know? It just kind of depresses me. Okay, here is Ghastly. Here is Scorpcorp. Scorpcorp is going to use Venoshock. Good. Ghastly is not dead. Yes, Noob did say Karna. I'm going to do this very slowly, very intentionally. I am going to pay attention to nothing but the screen. I want a freaking Ghastly. Okay. We are doing good. One more Venoshock. One more Venoshock. Okay. And now we throw balls. I'm gonna be real, I think we're getting one badge today. We have finally captured a Ghastly in the old chateau. Make a note of it. Alright, and since we are playing on real hardware, the possibility of evolving it is actually real. So let me just grab a couple of sprites. Come on. And another sprite. Okay, I've grabbed the Ghastly Haunter and Gengar sprites. Nice. Okay, so we are naming this Karna. And Cole, you will be next to name. Alright. Take noob off the list. Perfect. If I don't return, name of next of yours is Chris. Okay. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. We also got an Ether. With a max party size of 4, Ethers are very important for the Elite Four. And Karna goes into the box. Let me see. A pair of streamers I tend to watch yesterday released a new video which had how they reformatted script in a rant-like matter. Sounded like they were just whining how you can't Nuzlocke ZA. I mean, I can come up how to Nuzlocke ZA right off the top of my head. You get 1 encounter per wild zone. You throw the names of the wild zones. You throw the names of Pokemon that can appear in a wild zone onto a wheel. You spin the wheel. You capture the one that you can. Anything else you need to catch for game progression, just put them in boxes. Boom. There. I just figured out how to Nuzlocke ZA. It's only a problem if you're not creative. Besides, the mere concept of getting angry that a fan-created way of playing a game can't be done the way you want in a game is so goddamn stupid. Hey Chingling, what's up? Okay. Okay. They mentioned Wheels in the video. They tried to Soul Link ZA with Mons who have a Mega. It's so stupid. Like, yeah, ZA is not arranged like a traditional Pokemon game. And so traditional Pokemon game challenges are not going to work on it. So stop trying to fit a square peg in a round hole and figure something new out. Be creative. Work around your problems. Find solutions. Once you learn how to do that, once you're used to that kind of thinking, it comes incredibly naturally. I went out of my way to train my mind to constantly generate solutions and ideas to problems. And the thing is, yeah, 95% of them are useless garbage. But that's the way ideas are. The trick is to always provide yourself positive reinforcement for generating ideas, even if they're useless ones. That way, you never discourage yourself from coming up with ideas. And when you generate tons of ideas, then you can afford to be more discriminatory and exclude the bad ones. Dusk balls are crazy good. But the first thing you have to do is be able to generate a lot of ideas. And a brain that has been trained and encouraged to generate a constant stream of ideas is going to do that more easily and more naturally. That's how I came up with the Grand Underground Wheel idea. I had like 30 other ideas about how to do it. They all sucked. And I made sure to tell myself that I was proud of myself for coming up with those terrible ideas. Because that's how I make sure that my brain's going to keep generating ideas. Hey, what's up? I think people spend so much time worrying about what the Pokemon games aren't that a lot of people stop appreciating what they are. Alright, so what are the encounters here? Geodude, Ponyta, Mime Jr., Kricketune, Chansey in the morning. Ponyta, Geodude, Kricketune, Chansey, Mime Jr. during the day. Ponyta, Kricketune, Geodude, Mime Jr., Chansey at night. So 30% Kricketune at night might be the best thing going for. Honestly, the chances here are not good. If we saved it for honey trees, it's not honestly that much better with 40% Wurmple, 20% Silcoon. What is the highest chance? If we get it in the morning, it's 25% Mime Jr., 10% Kricketune. So that's a total of 35% new encounters. During day, it's total 15% chance new encounters. Okay, night is also 35% total chance new encounters, with 30% Kricketune and 5% Mime Jr. So we're going to go for the morning encounter and hope for a Mime Jr. I think that there is definitely room for people to train themselves in more optimistic lines of thought. Alright, it is now morning. And we're going to go for the 25% Mime Junior. 25% Mime Junior. And 10% Cricketoon. It is a Chansey, the rarest encounter. Unfortunately, we already have an egg for a Happiny. So Chansey cannot be captured, and Route 210 is dead. And I want to grab some more repels. Yeah, I think we're gonna be done after Veilstone today. No, not those. What I actually need are repels. What can I say, Cole? The gods are cruel to me on this run. Like, just genuinely, the gods have been cruel. Oh, I will say, just to put this out there, I will not be purchasing either Fire Red or Leaf Green, the new releases. And it is not because of any, like, issue I have with the price or anything. There's just nothing in those games that I don't already have access to in my Pokemon collection. They would not contribute any new things to my collection, so I will not be purchasing those. How do I want to do this? Ugh, let's go Bug Bite on Glameow. Flame Wheel Glameow. You could get a 7th shiny Deoxys. I'm afraid I already have more than 7... Or, no, not shiny Deoxys. I mean, that is true. I could get a 7th shiny Deoxys, but I don't really feel that I need a 7th shiny Deoxys. Oh, by the way, I know I have frequently mentioned that I have a full living dex. So I actually checked and updated and cross-referenced my spreadsheet, and I was mistaken. There is actually no current Pokemon game that gives you access to Victini. So I am in fact missing a Victini, and that means I do not in fact have a full living dex at this time. I am also missing an Alolan Rattata and Raticate, although I do have a regular Rattata and Raticate. So, yeah, missing Victini and then Alolan Rattata Raticate. And once I have those, I will have a complete living dex. Hey, Corp. Why don't you do your thing? Go for the Bug Bites. Roll and Trats are easy, just trade and Let's Go. I do not have the Let's Go games, and I simply cannot justify getting them for the sole purpose of getting an Alolan Rat. Although, if we go another mainline game, like, if we go Wind and Waves with still being unable to get Alolan Rats, I will be very sad. I mean, I already waited a long time before I was able to get Alolan Geodude line. SV does not have the Alolan Rats. No Switch game except for the Let's Go have Alolan Rats. Believe me, I've looked. Okay. There we go. Hey girls, what's up? I can't believe we're already past the 2-hour mark for the stream. Although I have spent probably a collective 15 minutes of it away from the actual stream doing other things, so. I'm just waiting for... Yep, guess you really gotta buy Let's Go. Yeah, it's actually crazy. That is the only Alolan line that is not available in some other way. Holy crap, Clefairy. Screw you. Okay. Let's just go for... Honestly, we need someone else. Jevil. I forgot what I was saying. Oh my god, I just realized something. I just realized something. In retrospect, you might be able to make a case that the original... Or that the Let's Go games were the first Legends games. They had very different approaches. They played around with a lot of mechanics. They had a significant amount of deviation from their original region while still paying homage to it. I choose to believe the Let's Go's are practically the first Legends games. Stop cooking, you're gonna burn down the kitchen. In fairness, it has been several months since I accidentally started a kitchen fire. And that one was very small, and it was handled perfectly safe, and it wasn't a big deal. The wall near it got a little bit of soot, and we just wiped it off. It never left the stove. Everything was fine. I don't know why we have to keep bringing it up. 3 of my Pokemon got paralyzed. Cool. Let's go. Hello. Of course, now that we have firmly established that the Pokemon Legends series is not going to be strictly limited to games that are set in the past, there's really no telling what they might do with the series moving forward. Good job. I fucking hate static. I'm glad you're dead, Pikachu. Hello, Happiny. I also want to murder you. I am faster than you while paralyzed. That is sad. Good job, Wukong. Torment. No thanks, don't want Torment. I think you're thinking too small, Coles. What about Pokemon Legends Ultra Space? An entire Legends game centered, yes, in Alola, but more extensively around full exploration of alternate dimensions. With dozens of new Ultra Beasts. If you're gonna dream big, dream all the way to the stars. Hey, Happiny. We're gonna see if we can't get a few levels for Staravia here to help with the gym. As long as I can get Sarina, Magnezone, or Barbaracle, sure. Yeah, that sounds like you. There are simply no Pokemon that I have that kind of connection with. I actually prefer being constantly placed in situations where I have to use new and different Pokemon that I haven't used before. Alright, we got that. Repel wore off. And that's the Psyduck with the headache. Hello. Would you please fight me? Waitress Katie. Cool. Barbaracle is one of the few mons who are in Ultra Space. I just really... I very much prefer playing Pokemon games without, like, picking and choosing favorites. 10 for 5,000? Sure, I'll take your milk, ma'am. Hello. I like always having to use new and different Pokemon, and just seeing the kind of fun that I can have with all kinds of different ones. That's what gives me the most joy. Wukong, you're up. Actually, that's a bad move because you're just gonna hit me with Rock Throw, aren't you? Or even Rock Slide. No, you went for a Hammer Arm for some reason. Good work, Monkey. Oh god, Stone Edge. Holy hell, you have Stone Edge. That is terrifying. How dare you, you insolent bastard. Oh my god, you have another Pseudo-Wudo. Oh, I hate you. But luckily, now I can one-shot you. One of the things that I actually kind of enjoyed is the Terra raids in Scarlet and Violet. Really having me use strategies and Pokemon and builds that I never would have even considered before. It's actually really fascinating. And come to think of it, if Gen 10 is still, like, a year away, we may still be in line for a number of very interesting Terra Raid events, now that I think about it. Unfortunately, that also probably means we can expect even harder Terra Raid events. And some of those Terra Raids already border on the almost impossible to do solo. Like, it is insane how hard some of those are. Very good. And another Mr. Mime. Nice. Since Pokemon Legends Arceus established clearly that Mr. Mime are able to create physical barriers out in the world, do you think that's how they hunt? Do they just trap their prey in a box and slowly compress them, or let them run out of air? Because that's actually horrifying to think about. Okay, Route 215. Let's check the Route 215 options. In the morning, Geodude, Ponyta, Kadabra, Abra, Kricketune. During the day, Ponyta, Geodude, Kadabra, Abra, Kricketune, and at night, Kricketune, Geodude, Ponyta, Kadabra, Abra. I think night has the best chance for a new encounter. So we are going to go nighttime on Route 115. Or a defense mechanism, since barrier boosts defense. True. Alright, we're gonna just pop this up to almost 11 p.m. Because that's what time it is, obviously. Nope, that's my main account. We need my Nuzlocke account. Calm. Patience. Focus. Alright, let's get our encounter. Cole, you are next on the naming list. And it is a Kadabra. I don't think we've ever actually had the Abra line anywhere in the Nuzlocke. We have not. Okay, one tackle shouldn't kill. Cool. I want this Kadabra. Okay, Psycho Cut actually kind of terrifying. That's 2 crits in a row! Dude, calm down! What is your problem, man? Uri Geller? Okay, that will be the name of our Kadabra. Honestly, might be a better choice than Jirachi. Okay, Uri Geller. Cool. Tennis still needs more experience, more power. They're going to be very helpful against the Veilstone Gym. Let's see. Their Machoke has Rock Tomb and an Expert Belt. And their Metatite is running Pure Power, Drain Punch, Light Screen, Flash, Bulk Up. Yeah, we really want to drop these things as quickly as possible. Do I want to just get a swap in? I think I do. Let's be honest, Jirachi is not going to be getting, like, the really, really good stuff until later. Scorp Corp is already such a high level. Okay. So let's go grab some sprites, specifically the sprite for Kadabra. So I could trade that and get an Alakazam literally anytime anyone can make a trade with me. Perfect. Make the changes to the team. We got a Kadabra. You can. Yeah, I mean, if you have the ability to load up, we could just go ahead and do a trade real quick and run an Alakazam. If you want to get that ready, we can trade once I get to Veilstone. That'll give you a few minutes to prepare yourself. Okay, let's go. Cool. Actually, hold on. I need to check out my rules. Actually, I don't think I can. Ever since I started this Nuzlocke, I have actually had a rule on my list. Rule number 3, no influence with or trading from other copies of Pokemon games is allowed. I have had that listed in my rules since we started. I don't know if I can justify completely ignoring a rule that I've had active since the days of Fire Red. I think I do need to respect that rule. Which also means that Route 209 cannot be a Spiritomb. Which means that we can at least hit up Route 209. Aubrey, are you still here? If you are still here, you would be next on the naming list. Actually, you gave the name Chris. Because that one is your hyperfixation. I mean, yeah, it was never really an active rule until now, but it has been a fixed rule for the entirety of the entire marathon, and I really don't think I can justify breaking that rule now. Which sucks because we have 2 trade Evos on the team. Okay, that is fine. We can make a quick back to Route 209, though. And go grab a Pokemon from there. Since we're not saving it for Spiritomb anymore. Alright, what do we got? Let's check 209 and decide the right time of day. Morning is Bibarel, Mime Jr., Starly, Staravia, Chansey. Day, Bibarel, Staravia, Starly, Chansey, Mime Jr. Night is Bibarel, Mime Jr., Starly, Staravia, Zubat, Ghastly, Chansey. So basically it sucks every single time no matter what, but morning seems the most likely with the 25% Mime Jr. Yeah, I think that's the best we can hope for. Yep. Damn. Well, 25% chance. Let's go. Are you kidding me? We got another 5% Chansey. We got 5% Chanseys on 2 routes today. That's a 1 in 400 chance. How? How have we do this? One Punch Man Season 3 used AI. I mean, that's pretty objectively clear. I also haven't watched One Punch Man, but I've followed the discussion. I typically don't watch most shows until they are finished. And it's hilarious how many things this has had me, like, not watch. Simply because by the time it finishes, the general consensus seems to be this was a waste of my time. And it's hilarious every single time to watch this happen. Game of Thrones being perhaps the best example of this in recent memory. My God, when Game of Thrones was new, people wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. They acted like it was a Tolkien-level work of utter cultural genius that no one had ever seen this kind of thing on TV before. It's like, okay, it's violence and tits. You really think violence and tits haven't been on TV before? And by the time it rolled around, utter catastrophe. I will say, though, because I did start watching Game of Thrones clips last year, it definitely had a lot of strong writing, you know? I admit that. Even from clips, it's very clear to see the incredible quality of the show during some portions. It's just really funny to me that Game of Thrones crashed from being one of the most important media cultural phenomenons I've ever seen in my lifetime to being utter garbage. And I just find that very funny. Kind of because I'm a dick. When the universe was created, its shards became this plate. I think the biggest problem with media is that way too many people start making stories without knowing how the story ends, without knowing where it ultimately comes to a conclusion. But the thing is that where a story comes to a conclusion is insanely important to its overall theme. Once it's done, once it is completed, when you can look back on a complete work in retrospect, the ending is a crucial component. Creating a work of fiction without knowing how it will end is a creative failure on par with writing an ending without knowing how your story starts. It's just not something you should do. Now, obviously, there are, exceptions. A lot of episodic series really don't have any way of knowing, where they're going to end up years down the line. Especially in the field of live action, where you don't even know if all of your actors are still going to be alive 7-8 years down the line to work with you. And trying to plan that stuff out that far ahead is almost impossible in those circumstances. But I think that when it comes to something like manga, when it comes to anime, where it comes to something where you don't have to work around the limitations of, like, physical people acting out your thing, it's crazy to me to go into a work without any idea for where it's going to end. Unless that's an intrinsic part of the entire piece of art in and of itself. But I think people need to be more comfortable ending the things that they work on. Like, they need to be comfortable saying, okay, this has been going on for 10 years. I'm going to end this. I'm going to find a way to wrap it up and have the story actually reach a conclusion. Some creators, I think, are absolutely allergic to the concept of ending their work. Like, I've already decided that Act 4 will be the final act of the RPG Maker community project. I could probably keep that going for years and years and years. But I'm not going to, or at least not in that form. We're going to end it on Act 4. Because if it has a clear end point that it can reach, then the entire work can be adjusted to better serve the purposes of the ending that it reaches. Yeah, Smiling Friends is coming to an end. Quite frankly, I've never seen any media related to it, but I am aware of the existence of, like, what is it? The Digital Circus thing. And I know that creator is basically utterly burnt out by their fan base being composed of packs of whiny losers who keep bothering them. Oh, are we getting raided again? Are we under attack? Yeah, we're under attack again. Hello, raiders! Welcome to the stream. I'm Khalil Quickcard. I am playing through Pokemon Diamond Nuzlocke as part of a series of Nuzlockes through the Generation 1 through 4 remake games. Beginning with Fire Red, moving on to Soul Silver, Alpha Sapphire, and now this. Any Pokemon family that is caught in one of the games is locked out for the rest of the marathon. So here we are in the final game, and a substantial portion of the Pokedex is not available to us. And I genuinely do not know how I deal with this Gyarados. This thing kind of scares the hell out of me. Damn it. I think we kind of just have to... The sooner we have it down to one target, the easier time it's going to be dealing with the Gyarados. Anyway, you are all more than welcome here. I'm always glad to have people on the streams. We're in a bit of a risky situation here. Alright, Kadabra's down, so it's 2-on-1v Gyarados, but we are in rain, and I really don't have anything good to counter it. It had Waterfall. Oh my god. It had Waterfall, and it chose not to kill Wukong. How the hell do I deal with that? Okay. Okay, this is a problem. God damn it. I think I have to risk a double switch. I don't know how else I survive this. If I can get up a reflect, it's gonna help. But unfortunately, there's a good chance either of my Pokemon... Actually, either of my Pokemon dies to a waterfall. So... Okay, Uri Geller's dead. Damn it. I was kind of hoping to get up a reflect. I don't know how I deal with this. I need this thing shut down. The milk is 100 HP. That fully heals Tenna. Thank God I bought the milk. Okay, Karna is dead. It one-shots Wukong for sure. Do I seriously have to start stacking double teams under the assumption of this being a full team wipe? I don't think I have another choice. I am operating under the assumption that Wukong is going to die to a waterfall. We could very easily be looking at a full team wipe. Wukong is alive. I have to get damage down on this thing. Okay, that's good. Okay, good. I think the last one was a very high damage roll. So as long as we don't get a crit, we might get out of this with both Wukong and Tenna alive. We need 2 more aerial aces to win. Okay, it went for Leer. This was absolutely catastrophic, but it is not as catastrophic as I was worried it would be just a couple minutes ago. Kill this thing immediately with Quick Attack and Mach Punch. Okay. Well, after all the trouble I went through to finally have a Ghastly, we lost a Ghastly. Well, on the plus side, we don't have to worry about the issue of trade evolutions anymore in regards to the rules. You know what, you two? Fuck off. That sucked. That sucked so hard. Visualizer, damn it, yep. I have got to figure out why that happens. I know the exact set of conditions that causes it to appear. I just keep forgetting not to do it. But I don't know why it happens. And I don't know how to stop it. Alright, well... alas... Karna is gone. Uri Geller is gone. So I guess we're back to Squirt Corp and Jevil. Okay. I really want to get this badge today. Okay. This is going to be a bit rough, but I don't think it's going to be as tough as that last fight. Hey man, what's up? Uh-huh. Yep, see ya. I love getting raided by like 24 people. I just wish we got more chat activity too. Also, Raiders, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm not going to say like and subscribe if you like the content. Just like and subscribe, you know, regardless. It'll be great. This is definitely the kind of content you want showing up. You see, the secret truth is that I am actually really cool. And because of that, you should like me. Because that's how science works, I think. I'm not a phrenologist. We're going to try to burn through this gym as efficiently as we can. And that's going to be the end of the stream today. So we're going to go ahead and turn off the naming thing, since we're not going to be naming any extra Pokemon today. Alright. Screw you, Karate Man. I can't believe after all the trouble we went through for the Ghastly, he died. It was so sad. Hello. Alright, you got... Jeffrey here has 2 Pokemon. One of them is a Machoke. Ah! Drop my controller. That's fine. Come on, Tenna, you can do this. Nice. Leer. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like Leer. Oh, hold on. We need to adjust this. Skorupi is back on the team. And also not dead. And Jirachi is back on the team. And also not dead. There we go. Alright, all fixed. Let's go, Tenna. I believe in you. Good job. Alright, Metatite should go down a lot easier. Nice. Okay. Alright, I'm okay. I'm okay. I have this completely under control. Let's go, Colby. Come on, Tenna. Come on, Tenna. Come on, Tenna. Okay. Let's go. My God. All these goddamn chokes. Just die already. Please. Just die. Perfect. Alright. And one more dude. Hey dude, what's up? Alright, let's go. Alright, good job, Tenna. Every bit of power we get is going to help make this go a lot more smoothly. I'm not really going to have a chance to set up anything on any of the opponents. Flame Wheels from Monferno should be enough to deal with Lucario. Let's see. Steel Wings, not going to be useful in this gym, but it is still a decent move. Cool. Substitute, Payback, Shockwave. Jirachi with Shockwave would have been the perfect Gyarados counter. Honestly, still absolutely worth learning it. Okay. Alright. We're going in. We are beating this gym. Or we're going to die horribly trying, but I think we're fine. We just have to deal with the basic gym puzzle. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. There we go. Let's see. Here we go. Right there. No, that doesn't actually do anything. That, however, does... Cool. It's fine. Push that over. Okay. Push this over. Push this over. Push this over. In order to push this over. In order to push this over. And that gives us access to this. Cool. So this one... I need to get up there. There we go. And there we go. The path to the gym leader is open. Alright, let's do it. Hi, Maylene. How's it going? 3 hours to get this gym badge today. 3 hours of streaming. Yikes. Okay. I do not want this thing to set up on me. Go for the ace. Perfect. Next up is Machoke. Machoke does have Rock Tomb. Still, it'll die in 2 aerial aces. And I'm pretty sure I'll still outspeed after 1 speed drop. But let's see how dangerous this is. Okay. Am I completely certain that I still outspeed after a speed drop? Machoke's base speed is 45. Staravia's base speed is 80. It takes 2 drops to cut a stat in half. So we should still outspeed. And if I'm wrong, Tina's dead. Alright, Machoke is down. Next up, Lucario. Okay. Lucario has Drain Punch, Screech, Metal Claw, Bulk Up. and is holding a big root. So this thing is pretty damn scary. Honestly, Scorp Corp can probably tank. If Lucario goes for Screech, we're going to go into Scorp Corp. No, he did go straight for a Drain. Jesus! Okay. Scorp Corp. You can soak these moves very effectively. The problem is I can't really hurt you back. But we can knock off your big root. That's a start. Okay. Let's go Moo Moo Milk on Wukong. If we could get a clean switch. Holy hell! Okay, what the crap, man? Jirachi! Okay, I need to think, who am I willing to sack here? Of all my Pokemon, weirdly, I think Jevil is the safest to sack. I think Jevil might die to a Drain Punch from here. I'm going to risk a confusion. No, okay, it did kill Jevil. Alright. That's alright. Once you take away being like, oh cool, it's a mythical, Jirachi really not going to contribute much to the run overall. I think Wukong might be able to kill from here with Flame Wheel. It couldn't. Okay. I don't know how I survived this situation. God damn it. Am I seriously going to have to get all of its Drain Punch drained? Drain Punch is only 10 TP. So I might just be able to stall out Drain Punch. But if we're crit, we die. God damn it, I hate this thing. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. I don't know how many Drain Punches it has left. The answer was at least one more. We've got 6 Super Potions. Okay. Another one. You're gonna have to run out of Drain Punches sooner or later. Okay, it's going for Bulk Up. So, that's kind of the worst possible scenario. Let's go for Power-Up Punches. The problem is that even Metal Claws are highly capable of killing me. We're going to pop an X defense. Okay, it went for a Screech. I think I'm in probable death range. 2 Screeches. I absolutely die to anything it hits me with. Okay. I think Tenna needs to be sacrificed. We need to reset those defense drops. We also get an attack reduction from Intimidate. Okay, Tenna's down. I need 2 power-up punches to kill. Or maybe just 1 power-up punch and a flame wheel. Hold on, hold on. Mach Punch is as strong as power-up. I think I kill with Mach Punch. God, no! She had a Hyper Potion! Okay, never mind. I think this is actually a full wipe. I think this is genuinely a full wipe. We're going to have to sacrifice our Scorpion. The only way we don't fully wipe is if is by switching to Scorport. The sacrifice must be made. No, he's actually still alive. Super potion? Pretty sure Metal Claw still kills here. Yeah. Okay, Scorp Corp. This is absolutely brutal. But we win with a Mach Punch on the next attack. There we go. Man, today has been rough as hell. That sucks. That sucks so much. I hate that. I hate that. Today has sucked. I'm actually quite upset about how things have gone today. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I appreciate that you need help. I truly do not care. Is there anywhere we can go where we can access a different part of the Grand Underground? Okay, can we just go up, please? If we backtrack all the way to, like, Sand Gem, we should be able to get a different part of the Grand Underground. So why don't we at least do something not horribly depressing to end the stream? And we will go get a different area of the Grand Underground. Because God knows we're going to need it. Because we just lost 3 very good Pokemon. That sucks. And we are replacing them with Spyro, Lee, and God. That was really rough. We got so many Pokemon today, and we lost so many Pokemon, too. Alright. Let's head out. We're gonna go see if we can get some kind of interesting new Pokemon encounter, at least. Do we just get Fly, like, right here? Do we just get Fly if we win this fight? Yes. Yes, we do. Okay. So it is worth just doing this real quick in order to get Fly. Cool, let's go. Meanwhile, we're going to need to put some other Pokemon on our team. Bibarel. And Bibarel is not dead. And we're also going to need a Ponyta. And a Budew. Okay. Nice. Alright, so you can be Budew. And you can be Ponyta. There we go. Okay, Flame Wheels on Dustox. Hell yes. Nice. Oh my god, that hurts so bad. Okay, you also have a Croagunk. Yeah, but I need that Beautifly down right now. Okay. Poison Sting on Clefairy, who is now poisoned. Because Poison Stings used by enemies in this game have a 100% poison rate, I swear to God. You also have a Stunky. Honestly, I would rather just bring down this Croagunk. Okay. Cool. We're going to need the Wheel of Names again. Okay. Come on. Uh-huh. Alright, let's kill the Stunk. Meanwhile, I will get the wheel ready. My god, you really hate that Clefairy. Come on, let's kill it. Cool. Alright, that should give us access to fly. Perfect. Uh-huh. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. Thank God. Alright. Let's close this up. by getting ourselves one more Pokemon in the Grand Underground, in the southwest section. I have the wheel ready to go. Actually, before we do that, can we just go visit any Pokemon Center? I'm pretty sure all Pokemon Centers in this game have their merchandise based on game progress. So we should be able to get Great Balls now. Yes, thank God. Let's grab 10 of those. And let's also grab, like, 20 Super Repels. And let's grab, like, 20 Super Potions. Honestly, the Moo Moo Milks are better. Okay, let's go. Alright! We're going down. Alright, we are now in the southwest portion. So let's see which of the... rooms we are going to be looking for a Pokemon in. And we are going to be getting a Pokemon in the Spacious Cave. Okay. So let's bring up the list of Pokemon that can appear in the Spacious Cave. Spacious Cave. Spacious Cave. Pokemon hideaways. Spacious Cave. Okay. So, there's actually a crapload of stuff that it could be. Okay. So give me a minute while I update this. There are Zubats. We're going to put everything on here, even if it's not a valid catch, even if it's locked out. We are putting every option on this chart. Machop, Geodude, Murkrow, Bidoof, Kricketot, Shinx, Budew, Pachi, Risu, Baniri. There can also be a Magnemite, a Lickitung, a Rhyhorn, a Houndoom, a Swablu, or an Absol. Okay. So that is all of the different Pokemon that can be found in this section of the Grand Underground. So, first, let's find where the Spacious Cave is. We need the Spacious Cave. Where is the spacious cave? Nope, that is the grassland cave. We might be running around for a couple minutes. Do 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 do. You know, I just realized, I think I remember that they added a way to talk to, like, NPCs underground instead of just other players, which would have allowed us to still get Spiritomb. Okay, here is the spacious cave. Time to roll. What do we get to encounter? Okay, Pachirisu. Pachirisu. Sorry, I didn't bring the wheel up when I spun it, but it did spin. You heard it. It did land on Pachirisu. Okay. So, Pachirisu will be our encounter here. As soon as we can spawn one. God damn it, visualizer on screen again. This stream has been a mess. Pachirisu. 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 Target acquired. This is a really good one to grab. Okay. I think we can just afford to go straight to a flame wheel. Cole, if you're still there, actually, whose name was it next? It was Aubrey. Okay. So this is going to be Chris the Pachirisu. Okay. Very good. Great ball time. We caught 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pokemon today and grabbed 1 egg, which is going to be a Happiny. Alright, so Chris the Pachirisu gets to join the team. Not bad. Alright, let's get out of the Grand Underground. Cool. And that is all the game progress we are going to make today. However, just for one last thing before we actually close the stream, I am going to hatch that egg. Now, the egg is not even remotely close to hatching. So this might take a few minutes. So I'll just start talking about my outro stuff. So as always, thank you for being here today. I'm glad that I was able to put on a show. I hope that the various bits of scuff and failure were not completely demotivating. I really am trying my best. And to be fair, when I get into a crunch, I am usually able to pull it out of the fire, so... I feel like I am doing decently getting stuff done. I stream the Nuzlocks every Saturday morning, so you can be here again a week from today for the next Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke, where we are going to be heading out to get our 4th and hopefully 5th badges. Really looking forward to that. Going to Pastoria is going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow and every Sunday morning, I have my RPG Maker streams. We're currently working on a community project for RPG Maker that we've been working on for over a year now. Anyone is welcome to be there and to help contribute to that. I always welcome people. The current daily video series on the channel, which is basically just, you know, a simple segmented long play, is canon, but making all the girls fight for me, and also StarCraft 2. And then I try to get a stream of Banjo-Tooie in at least one a week as well, but I'm not sure exactly when the next Banjo-Tooie stream will be. And given my very, unfortunately, flexible schedule this next week, the Banjo-Tooie stream may just kind of happen without much notice on a day that I just happen to have off. I don't know what's going to be taking the Saturday slot after we're done with Pokemon. I'm not entirely sure what's going to be the daily series once we're done with Canon and StarCraft 2. But that should be more, like, close to a month away, I would assume. Well, probably not a full month, but at least halfway through March to get through all of that. And, yeah, I will be having my 7-year channel anniversary in June. I'm real excited for that one. I've got something real cool planned. I cannot believe we are still running into trainers. God only knows how many more times I'm going to have to make this run before Happiny finally hatches, but... I mean, I've already been here 3.5 hours. I figure, what's the harm in going a little bit longer just to hatch an egg? I genuinely do believe that this particular Nuzlocke challenge is going to start getting easier. The first few gyms in Brilliant Diamond are an absolute nightmare. Like, they're actually just crazy. Yeah, like, the next one we're gonna be up against... Oh, dear God, it's... Okay, no, the next gym is not going to be any better. I'm looking, it's the Water Gym. Gyarados, Quagsire, and Floatzel. His Pokemon are lower level than Maylene. His Ace is only level 30. Maylene had a freaking level 31 Lucario. That is absurd. And then, of course, Fantina after that with Drifblim, Gengar, and Mismagius. You know what? I was completely wrong. We're going to have a miserable, dangerous time basically until we get to the 7th gym, where it's a Snover, a Sneasel, a Medicham, and an Abomasnow. Which is just kind of laughable. Yeah. Oh my god. This really is going to end up just being, like, the hardest Nuzlocke. We have mystery gifts connected. What possible... Oh, okay. You don't recognize my Nintendo account on this. That's fine. How's the egg? Alright, we are at least making some progress. Come on, Egg. I believe in you, Egg. Also, I'd really appreciate if you're done because I am hungry and I really want to go get some food. So please, please, dear Egg, hatch. Hatch and become a Happini. Cole, if you're still there, you can suggest a name for the Happini. Honestly, if anyone is there, you can suggest a name for the Happini. There's really not much going on in the way of chatting. I will name this Happini whatever anyone suggests first. There we go. Oh, I'm actually really worried for this run. I'm gonna be honest. I'm worried. We have lost some very powerful Pokemon. And there's a lot of Pokemon that we're not going to have the opportunity to gain access to. And the stuff that is still out there for Gen 4 is not necessarily the best in terms of options. And at some point, we are going to have to deal with a Cynthia. Assuming that the run even lasts long enough to reach that point. I don't know. This one makes me nervous. We were basically just steamrolling everything with Wukong. And suddenly we just got hard-walled. Ugh. Happini, please. I beg of you. Just hatch. Just freaking hatch. Just pop out of your egg. Now that I fly, I also can start getting some honey trees as well. I could slather some trees with honey 6 hours before stream starts. You know, at like 2:30 in the morning for me. And that way honey trees would be ready for the next stream. That might be fun to do. We could have a few encounters to start. Maybe see if we can replace some of our lost team members. My brain is melting. Just the stress of what I've gone through today, generalized anxiety, the tedium of riding back and forth to hatch this egg, just... My brain is not in a good state right now. Okay, here we go, finally. Okay. No one suggested a name for Happini. And so he shall be forever cursed to live with no name. Alright, and that is going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. It's always great. I will see you all on the next one. And it is time to make the sound to summon the end of the stream. Wow, 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 wow.